What to do, baby? Alright, GS Jack TV, GS Jack 365 fam. I gotta think of a name for y'all. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna think on it. But we're back with a film breakdown. This is a concept that I've already done, but I want to, one, do it differently for myself, but also for you guys. You know, I listened to some feedback about how the arrows and the diagrams, you know, weren't on the screen long enough for you guys to understand. So I'm gonna go over my practice from Saturday and from yesterday. We're gonna look at some offense and some defense, and hopefully, you know, this turns out to be a better video than the last. Let's get into it. Appreciate y'all for being locked in as always. Okay, so I'm gonna start it from here, right? So we see that I have a grip on my coach's sleeve there. Obviously we can't see it because of the angle. And I have a grip on his belt here, all right? He kind of has the same grips. A grip on my sleeve on the inside and a grip on the belt here, all right? So we both are looking for a throw that is going to displace the opponent's center. All right, we both are looking for a throw that's going to displace that center. All right, okay. So as we see here, right, I took my step in. So let's rewind that back. So I'm going boom. So I took my step in. So that left foot went from here to here. So left foot went from 1 to 2, right? Now, again, we still have that grip here and that grip here. So that gives me an offensive advantage. But what I didn't do properly is this. Look at my center line, look at my midline, excuse me, and look where my coach's midline is. My coach's midline is almost to where my grip is. So really, I'm not getting enough upward motion. It's not enough for me to throw him like I intend to. And that way, you see that he easily just stands straight up. He stands straight up, that negates that throw, right? Or I need to be more cognizant of, especially for a throw like this. This was probably an Uchimata attempt just looking at the footage, right? Make sure that my center of gravity is lower than his. Because if it's not, he's just gonna post up, there's nothing there, all right? So we're just gonna go from where he posts up, right? So you see where his foot is, we're gonna say that this is foot 1 and this is foot 2, all right? So watch how he creates a fulcrum with point 2, with foot 2, when he turns me around, watch. Boom. Okay, so do we see that? So we see how foot 2 became a point. Now he's gonna take this grip on the belt, and he's gonna basically try to do the same throw that I just did. And trying to get me to roll over his hip, all right? So he wants me to go from here over. He wants me to roll over on his hip, all right? You look at how I was able to spin out of it, it's because, in my opinion, he didn't have enough force from his arms, from his 2 grips, right? Let's just say that he won. Instead of just planting that second foot as a fulcrum, if he would have used it as a pendulum or a swing, if he would have used it as a swing and yeeted it up, yanked it up, as well as uses his arms to pull me this way, I definitely probably would not have had the ability to swing out of it that I did. So I think if he uses that foot as a fulcrum, or excuse me, if he does more, like once he establishes that fulcrum, instead of just leaving his foot there, if he swings it up as well as continue to pull me, I wouldn't have been able to swing out and, you know, recover turtle and not receive a point on that score. My coach again scores here with the Dayashi Barai, right? So he's gonna take this foot and he's going to sweep my outside foot. All right, he's gonna sweep my outside foot. But what really gets it is his use of the grip on my sleeve. This one is a kind of like momentum, but also it's more about timing. Coach got me inserting because I was indecisive about if I wanted to go forward or if I wanted to go backward, right? So he goes forward and does this at the same time. He's grabbing this, he's grabbing this sleeve, he's pulling this sleeve back, and he's sweeping my foot in at the same time. All right, that one may be a little bit confusing, but that's literally the mechanics of it. Watch. Boom. Simple. You know, being indecisive is what leads to that, you know, sweep working. All right, so I'm gonna play it from here. All right, so I do not think that my grips are going to change. They may change, and if so, I'll draw a different diagram. But sleeve grip, lapel grip. All right, lapel grip. Lapel is the collar of the judo gi, right? So sleeve grip, lapel grip. I'm going to go for basically a double tile toshi. So the first thing I want to do is, boom, create that fulcrum. Get him to step over. Then we're going to do another fulcrum. So the first one is to get him to do, so look at my center of gravity. Look at my center of gravity connected to my fulcrum versus his center of gravity connected to the fulcrum. All right, mine is obviously lower than his at that point in the attempt, right? So that one is kind of just like it's like a feint, kind of. So we want him to get him to step over, and once he step over, he's gonna have to reset in this area. So I'm going from here, boom. I'm gonna bring my leg right there immediately. I don't really want to give him the time to post up and defend. So I want to reconnect to my, you know, my center of gravity again, right? Boom. So the trick for this one is I'm reestablishing my leg, my right leg as a fulcrum, as a point of turning here before my coach has a chance to even set up. His feet aren't even really clearly on the ground in the clip, and that's the point. And that way, you know, finishing off the motion, boom, he's down. All right, so we're going to do another tile toshi breakdown. That's the fulcrum throw. All right, I think this is my go-to. It's a good throw, especially for me. I can get on the side, boom, get on the inside, explode those hips. All right, I have that sleeve grip, and I have this over the back grip. All right, this is actually a grip that I am working on implementing more. I sometimes grab the belt, but I realized during this practice yesterday that going for the belt kind of makes me overreach. If I can get to the, you know what I'm saying, if I can dominate and get, or not dominate, but if I can be faster and get the grip up here, that gives me more room to work, because as you can see, the coach has no grip. He has a flat hand there because he had to react to me getting inside so fast. So let me run it back so you guys can see that. So watch the sleeve grip and watch the up top grip, all right? Boom. So coach has no grip. He grips late. He grips late. He's already gripped late. He probably is thinking of countering this throw. But we're going to establish we're not even going to feint on this one. We're just going to explode. We want to take foot 2 and we want to bring foot 2 around. We want to create a fulcrum. We want to create that diagonal line between my booty and foot 2, where foot 2 is going to end up, 2B. So 2A, we want to create that diagonal line between my booty and we want to create that diagonal line from 2A to 2B, all right? Boom, perfect, perfect. So look, as we see, if I leave it paused, we'll see that diagonal line. We'll see, obviously it's not exact, but it's a diagonal line, all right? And again, going back to that back grip, right? Going back to that back grip. So let's go from here. So we see the diagonal line better as I'm standing up for 2B, right? The back grip really allows me to use my torque, my momentum to push the coach around and bring him down to the ground. Because once I plant my foot here, once I plant that foot and I'm driving him down, that's it. That's it for him. That scores for me. We take that fulcrum from 2A to 2B. We drive them around, especially as we don't let go of that grip no matter what. I don't care if I have to break my nails. They're usually cut, but I don't care if I have to break my nails on that sleeve grip. We're driving them around with that back grip. Boom, we get the Taotoshi score. All right, so again, I have this back grip, all right? And we're fighting on the inside. I think I'm either trying to go for a lapel grip or a weird sleeve grip, all right? But again, especially in judo, those grips are important. Those grips are important, all right? All right, so let's go from here. Okay, so boom. Y'all see, I got that back grip, all right? So I'm gonna kind of get my coach to react. So I'm gonna drive this foot into his base. I'm gonna drive this foot into his base to get him to react. Because as you guys are gonna see, I'm gonna take this same foot, and I'm gonna sweep this foot, causing him to fall back. All right, but again, it also helps that I have this back grip, because this back grip is going to help push him down, all right? So we're gonna see, we want him to react, he's gonna react, and we're gonna sweep. Okay, so this is kind of old uchigari. It's kind of a fake old uchigari. That's basically, I'm feigning like I'm gonna sweep this foot out. But we're gonna go for a cold uchigari, which is we're gonna sweep this foot, his right foot, right? So, as you guys see, we wanna feint, get him to react, get him putting more weight on this foot. You know what I'm saying? Get his base, cause look, boom, right now, his base is a good triangle, right? Let's play it and pause it. Boom. That ain't no triangle. That ain't no triangle. That ain't no triangle. If that is a triangle, it's an ugly triangle. It's trash, right? So now, okay, so boom. So now let's look at his new ugly triangle. All right. So now you take that foot out. There's nothing. There's nothing. Boom. All right. So we see how the feint set up the throw. All right. I'm not gonna show everybody all my skills, all my breakdown. But this is my process of what I'm looking at, why I'm always recording, because I'm trying to get better. Judo is physics, man. Judo is science. Judo is trigonometry, not trigonometry, geometry, right? It's angles. It's all of that stuff in here, man. But you gotta understand it fast. So this is why I record. This is why I break it down. Hopefully this video was better than the last. And if it was, like, comment, share it, subscribe it up. Let's get it going, man. This is for myself, but this is also for y'all, man. So, G is Jack fam. Appreciate y'all as always. See y'all on the next one.